so it turns out that the Scotsman is in cahoots with the big evil boss lady, and for some reason Dylan O'Brien had no idea, or he's not surprised in the least that it turns out she's still alive, because in the first one he was under the impression that she died, but it turns out nope, she's alive and she's evil, I guess. But anyway, so the big boss lady is communicating to the Scotsman through person-sized Skype, a giant Skype call basically with a giant screen, and she's like, "Hey, I'm ending the Skype call. You better, you better make sure that all of those protagonists from the first movie get Harvard, and we get their blood, and this goes out without a hitch. Okay, get going with that, you fucking Scotsman." So the Scotsman is like, "Oh, hey, okay," and Dylan O'Brien is like, "Nope, we gotta get the fuck out of here." So he gathers his friends. He gathers the Asian one and the black one and the Indian one and Ferb from Phineas and Ferb, and they're like, "Hey, we gotta get the fuck out of here. Let's have the weirdo boy with us." So and then he's like, and then Dylan O'Brien is like, "Wait a minute, hold on just a minute. We're forgetting someone. This is a sausage fest. We need to get Teresa in here too." So they go get Teresa, and then they escape from the facility out into what the Scotsman refers to as the Scorch. So now that they're in the Scorch, it's a big old sandstorm, and they're like, "Oh, maybe they'll run into Mad Max." It could happen. Although the Mad Max is in Australia. Don't bring up that goddamn memories of that film. Hey, that was a good film. Shut the fuck up and keep going. Okay, Mrs. Bossy Pants. I can't wait till the Marvel counterpart of you gets to sass up the place more than you on the Luke Cage show. Don't you ever bring up Maria Diller to me ever again. Hey, she's probably gonna be in a better thing than you. Yeah, you're probably right. The Luke Cage show is probably gonna be a lot better than Suicide Squad movie. But that's neither here or there. Keep going. Okay, so to avoid this sandstorm, they go into a mall or something, some kind of big old multiplex store, and they go shopping, and they find electrical systems, and they turn on the lights, and Teresa puts on shoes, disappointing the foot fetishists, but the lights attract zombies. Ah, god damn it, not another zombie bullshit. Now, to be fair, there really hasn't been a zombie movie in that long of a while, or that, there hasn't really been, a zombie movie that recently, so that's okay. Yeah, but we got all this goddamn bullshit on TV. We got The Walking Dead, we got The Fear of the Walking Dead, we got Zombie, and now we have Z Nation. Well, not in that order, but fuck you. So I guess we are getting oversaturated with the zombie stuff. But so are superheroes, and you don't see us complaining, because that means there's more exposure for the supervillains. Anyway, so yes, they're zombies now. I guess because maybe, they blew the budget with they spent too much of the budget on those CGI scorpion things, so they're like, okay, we're gonna have to come up with a cheaper type of monster for the second one. I know, let's just do something literally every single other movie company and TV company does. Zombies! Yay, zombies! So the zombies are like, oh, look at us, we are zombies, and they're zombing it up the place, and they bite one of them, and we're like, oh, does that mean they really are? Is this following the traditional zombie rules? And it turns out the answer is yes, because the one who got bit after they escaped the mall was the Indian one. Oh no, I kind of forgot he existed until this movie. In fact, I think he's the least memorable one, because I honestly don't recall him at all. I recall the others. I recall the Asian one for being the physical one, and I recall Ferb for being the exposition one, and I remember the black one for being the black one, but I don't remember him. Oh well, so he's like, oh, you need to kill me, here's a gun. And they're like, okay, but we're gonna let you do it, because fuck you. So he kills himself, and it's very sad and emotional. But then they're like, okay, we got to move the fuck on from this. Moving forward right along. So they move on from that, and they find a huge abandoned city. They find the set for Inception. Bow, bow. And they're looking through these empty cities, and they're like, wow, this used to be places. This used to be populated by people. Well, imagine what this looked like when it was populated. And I'm like, sir, I am living in it. You don't know what you're missing, you cityless kooks. So they come across this. So they hide into one of the buildings because there's this giant futuristic helicopter flying around with little helicopters that are present regular helicopters. That's weird. Why would you mix futuristic technology with old-fashioned technology? That makes no goddamn sense. That would be like if we had a futuristic a car right next to a Volkswagen. Yeah. Actually, that's kind of funny. Now I want that to happen in the sequel. So, anyway, and speaking of which, there actually is an old-fashioned car in this movie. But let's not spoil that. Why the fuck would that be important enough for a spoiler? I don't know. So they hide in this one city from the helicopters, but they find all of these zombies being chained up. Oh, will one of the zombies be unchained and be the cowboy representative of them? Zombie! But no, it turns out they are being held up chains by a group of hobos. And the queen of the hobos, okay, she's not the queen, but the authority figure of the hobos is Copperhead from Arkham Origins. Yes, the lady who voiced Copperhead from Arkham Origins. Some people think that the reason why she's a female in this version is not because she was adapted into a female, but because this adaptation of Copperhead used to be a man, but now turned into a woman. So sex-changed Copperhead informs them that, hey, I'm gonna take you to my master, the king of the hobos. And the king of the hobos is that one villain from Breaking Bad who had half of his face blown off in Breaking Bad, and the half blown off face guy from Breaking Bad, and he's like, hello, I am the guy who got half of his face blown off by Walter White. I have healed back to normal thanks to various ointments and other medicines. How may I help you? And Dylan O'Brien is like, hey, I need you to help me move this movie forward. And he's like, how about this? I'll make sure the movie stays on a standstill by hanging you guys upside down. So he hangs them upside down, and he's like, hey, do you want to look at my cane? And they're like, ew, gross. And he's like, no, a literal cane. And he tells them, you guys must be looking for Right Arm. Right Arm is the resistance of these evil people who are trying to harbor people and make antidotes for this zombieism. God damn it. What? What's wrong? It seems like every single one of these futuristic societies, evil totalitarian empires, always have some rebellion to, make things easier for the heroes. It seems too convenient. Like, it's understandable when Star Wars did it, because, it wasn't a common thing back then. But now it's like every single time we have a totalitarian society run by dictators, they, instead of just having the, instead of making it more of a challenge for the protagonists to, rebel, they're like, nope, all we have to do is just join a bunch of people that already are. What the hell? Hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So as they continue to be held upside down, it turns out one of the hobos is a mole for the Scotsman, and he's like, hey, Scotsman, you're cool, I'm going to tattletale now. Go get him, Scotsman! So the half-blown-off face man from Breaking Bad is like, oh no, I need to take them from their upside downness, and I need to take them away from this place. But first I'm gonna play some classic music that the teenagers watching this may have never heard of, but know that it sounds old, and so they're like, okay, the way to get out of here is to go down this rope. Doesn't it look fun? Whee! So all the characters who I don't remember the names of and only remember them by their nationalities and races are like, wee, down the road, wee. But Dylan O'Brien can't go down because he has to save sex changed Copperhead. Oh man, it looked real fun to go down that rope, but nope, he can't. So instead they go down a different way. And he's like, God damn it, I really wanted to go down that right. So the place they wind up. So first they have to explode the place after the song is done, but they go through a secret passageway, and through this secret passageway they find an obviously CGI'd rat. Oh, God damn it! Why do they have to CGI the rat? Maybe it's because that rat is an ancestor, or not an ancestor, but a descendant of Stuart Little. Hey, Stuart Little's descendant, how's it going? Oh God, he got eaten by the father of Will Turner from Pirates of the Caribbean. Oh my gosh, it's these weird moldy zombie things. See, that's new to zombies, moldy zombie things. Sure, what the fuck ever. Fine, you validated your zombie use. So the moldy zombies are chasing Dylan O'Brien and sex-changed Copperhead all the way to this all the way to that building from Transformers 3 that was slanted, and they fall in the glass, and the zombie falls in the glass too, and they save each other, and then they immediately cut to them escaping, and so they find more hobos. They find another hobo society, but this time they're junkie hobos. They're hobos who like to have fun, taking hallucinogenics and stuff, and this hobo king is Alan Tudyk. Ah, oh, God damn it! How could you do that? Waste the talents of Alan Tudyk on this bullshit. Now hold on there. Alan Tudyk has been in a lot of bullshit before, but you know, you can't always be in Firefly or that hillbilly horror movie or every single Disney animated film that will or has come out since 2012. But nope, he's in this instead. And he's like, I used to be a nerd in a spaceship who got stabbed by a harpoon, and now I am here, and I am fucking high. Won't you get high with me? Here's some hallucinogenics. So he gets Dylan O'Brien and sex-changed Copperhead all high and whatnot, and then they go into the into the party where there's orgies happening. Well, it's a PG-13 orgy, but still an orgy nonetheless, because people are making out. They're all going on. But wait a minute. Oh my gosh. Where's the leaf floating in Las Vegas sky? But anyway, and then he gets all woozy and looks at sex-changed Copperhead and is like, hey, you look kinda like Teresa. I wanna fucking make out with you. Oh, great. A goddamn love triangle. Now, hold on. The only reason why he got all smooch with her is because he thought she was Teresa, which means he has a thing for Teresa, and Teresa shows up, and she just seems to be cool with the making out, which is good. You know, we don't need any of that love triangle bullshit. Just be like, yeah, I know, you were fucking high off your ass. So anyway, so they wake up and they're reunited with their friends and like, hey, how fun was the rope gliding? Oh, so fun, man. Now, if you excuse me, I'm gonna beat the shit out of Alan Tudyk. So he must be Joss Whedon then. So anyway, so Alan Tudyk gets his ass beat and he's like, oh, fuck you, I'm Alan Tudyk. Oh, by the way, the right arm are that away. So they go that away on a classic truck. See, there's classic trucks in this movie. I didn't say that I gave a shit about it. Well, too bad. So they're finally now here at the right arm. That actually makes me wish that the evil organization was called Left Arm instead of Wicked. Because you might as well call it left arm while this is right arm, because it's just as stupid as calling it wicked. Because we should trust the WCKD. We should trust them, even though the acronym is similarly pronounced as the word wicked, which means fucking evil, you dumbasses. But anyway, so they're at right arm now, and they're they're trying to survive and stuff like that. And we have this one woman who I think is the chick from the flashbacks, which I guess means that it's Dylan O'Brien's mother, even though they never say it, and I don't know why they don't. Fuck it, move on. Yes, moving on. So Dylan O'Brien is like, hey, hey guys, the sex-changed Copperhead has been bitten by one of the zombies. Is she gonna become a zombie? And the woman who may or may not be Dylan O'Brien's mother is like, no, we can make the zombieism procrastinate, but that doesn't mean it still won't come, and we need to leave her here when the evil right arm comes. Wait a minute, then why the fuck would you try to cure her if you're just gonna leave her, you fucking dumbasses? But yes, now, wait a minute, the left arm is finally here? The wicked? Finally, good God, finally. Actually, no, they don't come yet. First, Dylan O'Brien has to mingle with his friends, to remind you that they still exist. The Asian one and the black one and the one who used to be Ferb on Phineas and Ferb are still there. They're still, having a good old time. And the weirdo boy is reuniting with his fellow maze runners, and they're having a good old time too. And Dylan O'Brien is like, well, I hope nothing ruins this. And Teresa tells him, well, I am here to tell you that it is going to be ruined by me, because I am a mole for the Scotsman as well. Yay, go Wicked, I fucking love Wicked.